Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Kenyan Dream Podcast. I am your host, Felix Njogu, and today I'm excited to have a brother of mine, a friend of mine, a person I admire so much because of the way he lives his life, a person that I've looked at for the last 2 years with nothing but admiration because of his fitness journey. We met in the gym, and he's continued being a gym buddy. Hata kama tuko thousands of miles apart, we still keep touch, and he's such a great accountability partner. My friend Billy Benson Gakahu, karibu sana kwenye podcast.
Asante sana, brother Felix. Thank you so much, and I'm delighted to be here and to be invited to your podcast.
Thank you so much for making time. Again, you're recording this on a Sunday, so I'm very, very grateful to my guests who take time out of their weekends to come and share value, teach, and just share their life journey. So, karibu sana once again. Thank you so much.
I'm honored. Thank you.
Now, I'm going to tell a story of how we met. We met in Thika at a gym called 022. So I was this is back in 2021. I had moved to Thika. I was looking for a gym, and when I joined this gym, a few weeks later, this guy comes and joins the gym, and anakam gym na psych. Aliingia gym na kwenye class alikuwa the gym classes. He used to be very, very active, a bit loud. It was a bit irritating for me, but as time went by, I grew a fondness and admiration for the way he used to
yes, Felix.
A fondness for the way he used to conduct himself in the gym, and we later became friends, and I shared with him that I told him that I like the way you train, and our friendship grew from that point. And over the last 2 years, I've just seen his growth, his progression, and so many things that I admire about him. So today he's on the show to talk about his fitness journey. Now, the first question I think I will ask him is where he was, both physically and mentally, when he was joining the gym that time.
Thank you, Felix. Before I joined 022 gym, I was overweight, depressed, broke, and I was not in a good place. So the gym was before I joined the gym, I sat down and asked myself, is this going to be my life? So I made a very, very strong decision that I had to change. And my first facet of my life to change was physical. Because when you get it physically correct, the rest of the things actually just come automatically. Because in joining the conversation, I hope our viewers and listeners will be able to understand. So I joined the gym September 2021, and it's been almost 3 years journey class, 2 years journey class, and couldn't be more happy.
You've used very, very heavy words. You said you are broke, depressed, and overweight.
Yes.
By the time
Yes.
you're using those words, it means you've accepted where you are, and you've decided that it is within your hands to change that situation. What does it take for especially for a man? What does it take to be able to accept your current situation and turn it around? Because it's for a lot of people. A lot of people get caught up in that situation, and they feel sorry for themselves instead of taking action. What does it take?
It takes a lot of let me just say self-love. Because number one, you have to sit. Ukaitu hivi useme maisha yangu iko hapa na iko hapa sababu ya this, the different reasons that might be there. Then you decide to take not just action, but massive action in the right direction. That is what I would say. So that's what I did. Actually, I remember in August, that is a month before I joined the gym, I was not happy with the job I was doing. So I actually quit my job. And, after self-reflection, and I decided, let me do something that I love and I'm a bit free and basically take my life into my own hands. So that was the beginning of a lot of things. Yes. But self-awareness, self-love, and taking massive action. Yes.
Yeah. So for me now, when you describe it like that, I start to connect and I start to understand why you are going hard the way you are going hard. Because and I've told you this before. I will show up even 5 times to the gym a week, but out of those 5 days, probably there might be a day or two and I'm not really feeling it. So nitakam and I'll train, but I'll probably train at around 50-60% intensity. But for you, bro, ulikuwa unaenda 100%, 110%, 5-6 days a week.
Yes.
And now when you talk about self-love, when you talk about the conversation and your head with yourself, it makes a lot of sense. Talk about that self-love. What for you is self-love?
Right now, one of the people I listen to is a guy called Bedros Killian. And in one of his podcasts, actually, it's also even a quote that I have it somewhere, saying the greatest form of self-respect and self-love is having a fit body.
Say that again. The greatest.
So when I talk about the greatest form of self-love and self-respect is when you are physically fit.
Wow.
And something like that. So when I look at what self-love is, number one for me, from my own journey was actually hitting it in the gym. Because from there, I was able to take that first initial step towards the right direction. So when I became physically fit, I was able to concentrate more, able to live more in the moment, able to actualize more things in my life just through a physical transformation. I was able to have a positive mindset, a relaxed mindset towards the challenges that we meet in life. And let me just translate it into this. Felix, we have both of us have already have done deadlifts and squats in the gym.
Yes.
So you get that mind. I'll start at 20 kgs, 40 kgs. But before you get there, you look at the weight, then you say, this is going to be too heavy. But when you actually do it, you beat that mentality of saying, maybe this is too heavy, I may not be able to do it. You transfer such a mindset from the gym to your life. Then in the challenges that you meet in life, you're able to say, I'll be able to do this. And because your mind now is already in tune with what is actually possible, not what is impossible, you actually start overcoming more of the challenges in life. So
and
for me, that has been the key thing.
And I can attest to that because when I've also been training quite consistently the last 2.5 years. And I can confess and say one of the things that has happened is my self-belief, my level of self-belief has skyrocketed. I look at things today and I say and I believe that I can actually do this.
Actually, I was looking for that word, self-belief.
I can. That I can show up because there's evidence that I've been showing up, and I can put in the work because I've been putting in the work in the gym. The other thing I want to ask is, did you have specific goals away from fitness? Other goals that you were trying to hit besides just getting fit?
Yeah, of course there were other goals. It's from the day I quit working full time from my employer. I wanted to be an entrepreneur. I wanted to create things. So I can say, from a point of view of starting as an entrepreneur, it's work in progress. But already I'm running my own insurance agency.
Nice.
I have a property management company that we started with my cousin. I have several ideas of developing several apps, including a workout app or something like that.
Yeah.
So far so good. That is one facet. Or one goal. Socially, I was able to meet new people like you, Felix.
Yes.
And it has improved my sociability with other people and also to myself. With other members of my family, I was able to get into new circles. I was able actually to, how can I put it? As you move towards a positive level of your life, you also tend to lose negative elements or friends that you had. So you are able to attract and be attracted to people who are higher than you. Okay.
Yeah, kuna swali kwa nataka kuuliza, and actually had it on my show notes. I wanted to ask you, did you have to change your circle of friends?
Of course. Of course.
Talk a bit about that.
You know, when you stop going out, when you stop, for example, if actually not if, some of my friends walikuwa nakunywa Monday to Monday. Unapata unatoka job, let's say unamaliza job yako around 5. So instead of going to your house or doing something that is, let me not say meaningful, yeah? Unajipata unaenda mahali umekaa chini and you starting to drink. Between you starting to drink and going back to your house, it's already, let's say, 9 p.m., latest even midnight. And maybe it's on a Tuesday, it's on a Wednesday. You get? Now switch that to you finish your job, then you get your gym bag and you hit the gym at 4. You hit the gym at 5. Give yourself 2 hours. Although sometimes I used to do 3, yeah. By the time you leave the gym, the person, if you are the same person who was going to drink, the person who was going to drink is still drinking. But before you leave the gym, you're already tired. Your levels of feel happy hormones are high. You are more centered and able to concentrate at the task at hand. You do that consistently. You do that consistently. Those people who you used to hang out with, you're no longer going to be there with them.
That's true. And one of the problems me nakuwaga nayo na drinking, yes, I still do drink, but one of the problems I have is that drinking is expensive in terms of time. Like a night out, you'll probably be 4 or 5 hours in the club, and then and then you go and sleep, but kesho utaamka ukiwa na hangover. So if I go to drink on a Saturday night, that will probably affect my day on Sunday. And for me, I just feel like it's too expensive in terms of time. There's just so much you can do.
In terms of time.
So much.
True.
Yeah. And so a quick question, we don't have to dwell on this. Did you ever feel like, we don't have to dwell on this, but did you ever feel like your drinking was a problem? Like it was getting out of control?
Actually, at one point, not that it was getting out of hand per se, but I can say it affected. I was drinking because of something else, but later I came to realize drinking is not everything. It's not all that. Sijama unaelewa vile nasema. I can be able to
Yes.
control my drinking. But the reason why I was doing it or overdoing it was because of something else. But at
And
this point in my life, I'm able to control what I'm drinking and who I'm drinking with, if I have to say.
did coming to the gym now help you clear your mind and deal with whatever it is that you were using alcohol to escape from? Did you ever get to work on it?
Definitely. It is a resolved issue.
Nice.
And actually, at one point, I was able to say it is either a yes or a no, so that I close off that chapter of my life. You see, and
Yeah.
just to touch on it slightly, it was a separation. You see,
Oh wow.
and since
That's heavy.
that's heavy, and
Mm.
let me tell you something. Most people who go to the gym barely go there because of najisikia kwenda gym.
Most people
Most guys
have
who go
other
to the gym
things.
have other things they have going on, but very few will come and say, "I'm open about this." And the gym has helped. I remember sijui ama bado ulikuwa kwa ile group ya gym then the gym
Mm-hmm.
administrator akaandika ati people are in the gym fighting off demons na mtu wa gym, which is nikamwambia wewe cheza chini, and people started laughing about it, but if you look at it critically, that is the truth. Gym
It is the
is a
truth.
free therapy. Gym is free
It's,
therapy, you know.
yeah, and I agree with you. I can say even me, when I was coming to the gym, when I was moving to Thika, I wasn't in a very nice place, but the
Yeah,
gym kept me sane the second half of
yeah,
that year. Yeah.
that yeah.
So and do people look at you now and wonder why you're still, kuna wase bado hawaelewi why you're still at the gym?
Well, yeah, people don't kuna watu wengine wananiambianga Benson, that is enough. Sasa ushakata weight. Me I laugh at me I laugh at such sentiments. I remember there was a day we came from training, so we were in the changing room in the gym.
Yes.
And I asked the guys who were with me, how does it feel for you to go a day or two, or even you live your entire life without experiencing what it is? Physically challenge yourself and go to the gym, you take that walk. How does it feel? So moja akaniuliza, ulikuwa unasikiaje kitambo? Ndio nilikuwa nasikia vibaya. I decided one day to go to, actually it was I'm going to ask those guys who we used to hang out with.
Yeah.
Most of them are big bodied. So to kind of function kwa one of my friends. Tumekaa hapo nikawauliza. So some of them are like, Benzo, umetrain sana, sasa unatrainia nini? Unataka such, unataka kutuonyesha nini? So I sat down. Do you know how you can sit, absorb the question you've been asked? Then you kind of create tension in the air with your silence.
Yeah.
Nikamuuliza, how does it feel to know you wake up and go to sleep each and every day of your life without ever testing the limits of your physicality and what you can achieve? Mtu sikiaje akiwa mvivu? So jamaa kaniangalia. Then
Did you get an answer?
the other guys, they did not expect that I would actually have a comeback comment like that. And I can tell you two. Actually, one of them joined the gym. One of the guys who was there, alijoin gym na bibi yake. Wengine actually, no, two more took up walking. Wanasema, hey, me, I'm not ready to come to the gym. Wacha kwanza ni walk mwili funguke. Kawambia, for as long as you've started,
That's the most important.
You never know what's going to happen next. So, plus also being able to influence other people positively. Yeah.
Oh, nice. You've used a phrase there, testing the limits. Buda, kuna time ulikuwa unaenda Kilimambogo kila wiki. Do you still why were you doing that, and do you still do it? Kilimambogo.
It's been 3 months before I went for a hike. Let me before you go to that, so that you also understand when I say having new friends that challenge you. One of my best friend was the one who, when I was going through that phase of my life, alikuja akaniambia, Benson, mbona usiende gym? Nikamwambia nitaenda. So akaniambia, kwanza fanya hivi, nitakulipia session moja ya gym. Do you remember a gym called SNS? At Daily, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
So akanipeleka hapo. After that akaniambia, nataka tuanze kwenda hike na wewe. Nikamwambia, mimi nikienda Kilimambogo mimi nitalemewa. So I remember it was in March 2022, the first day I went for a hike at Kilimambogo. And I can tell you, one of the best feelings ever, other than just lifting heavy weights, is experiencing nature. So I started going for those hikes for that since then. But for the last 3 months, I've not been able to. And actually, my accountability partner is still on my case. Anaitwa Tony, ananiambia, Benson, hii kilima lazima uende. Hapa tuanze kukupiga fine. But it's one of the best experiences one can have.
Now I want to move on the conversation to beyond physical fitness. I know you're also big on personal development information. You're always on the lookout for new information. We've exchanged notes before. Talk about the kind of information that you've consumed over the last 2 years along your journey. What can you share with us?
Okay, I read a lot of books. Currently, I'm finishing up on The Secret.
The Secret.
I've also done Atomic Habits. I've done Atomic Habits by James Clear. Man's Search for Meaning. Victor Frankl.
Yeah.
Yes. I've also done The Richest Man in Babylon, just to give you a collection of what I've been reading. The Compound Effect, Darren Fletcher. I've also done How to Win People and Influence, How to Win Friends and Influence People.
Daniel Carnegie.
Dale Carnegie. Then there is hizi vitabu ni mingi.
But
The Prince. Those are some of my books. Collection wise, what do I listen to? I listen to a lot of podcasts on number one, masculinity. So when I look at masculinity, I'm going to look at one of the pioneers of masculinity in Kenya. That is Doctor. It's called Doctor Who. Actually, Dr. Amerix. Ardent follower of what he advocates. When it comes to man as a whole being, physically, mentally, and spiritually, and health.
Tuongee kidogo kuhusu Amerix. Ule msee, I have my own thoughts, but talk a little bit about what you think what he advocates for, the positive side, the positives of whatever he talks about.
The positive of what he advocates is that, and I like it a lot, is on the role of a man in his own life, in his own world, and the benefits of having such a man to society. When he talks about a man being physically able, financially able, mentally able, when he talks about the morning habit, that is bed, you wake up, you make your bed, you wake up, you take a bath, You wake up, you do benediction, then you look after your body. When it talks about the 5 ends of masculinity, that is men, money, material. There are other 2. Nitakumbuka tu. When you look at that, then he talks about the 5 P's, or the roles of a man. He talks about protecting, providing, presiding, and penetrating. He makes a lot of sense in what he's saying if you look at it from a positive point of view, or we're having an open mind. You get? If you look at society nowadays, the weaker the man is in society, the weaker the society is. And that's how you come to find you interact poorly with your fellow men and even with women, even children. Yes.
Do you think there's a shortage of information? Do you think there's a shortage of resources to guide men, or is it that the information is there but men are not looking for it? Kuna shortage, and that's why. Do you think there's a space that people like Amerix are feeling, and is there space for more people like those?
Yes, there is. You can never run out of at the current age of the internet. You cannot run. Actually, not just internet. If you look through history to date, there is a lot of information on masculinity. You just have to find an interest or get an interest in it and search it out. You know, I think it's called what? The space for masculinity. There is a name they're giving it. So you have the likes of the Andrew Tates. You have the rise of the Stoic movement. You have the rise of the Zen of masculinity. If you look at, let's say, YouTube, Telegram, you look at IG, you will find so much information on masculinity. But here is the kick. Are they trying to sell you on something, or are you getting something positive from it? Is it positive masculinity about the holistic view of being a man, or
Kwa wase umetaja, I think the one I follow is Ryan Holiday, the Stoic, the Stoics. I relate to a lot of what he says, and I relate a lot to what he talks about. But wase kama Amerix, I just think they have I wish it was done differently, but also I think it has to be done in that way so that I think Amerix anatumiaga shock value. In marketing there's something called shock value, where you make something so controversial that it becomes harder to miss, and that way you have the impact that you're trying to have.
Which is it is true. Plus, he's misunderstood somehow. But also, if you look at it, when you want to when you get a platform on that, then you start utilizing it. Then at one point, you start selling something through it. It also begs a lot of. It also leaves something that is to be desired. I'm not saying that it is bad is doing it or not, but at one point in time, you must be careful of what you consume.
American, kuna vitu anauzaga. What does he sell?
Utakikuzia foodstuffs. I think he has something called Amaranth. Is it Amaranth or something? A food basket. If you need a gym plan, atakuzia to 100 bob, 200 bob. It's fairly priced. Follow anaweza sema, I'm going to do this for free. I'm not saying you should do it for free, but how you consume what you listen to is also very, very important.
I think it's fair. Kama ni meal plans na food baskets and also, I think that's fair food enough. Baskets. And you're basing by. Yes. I think that's fair enough.
Sure.
Now, speaking of Amerix, connecting the things that Amerix advocates for are cold showers. I know you do cold showers. What are the
Yes.
and I listened to Andrew Huberman. He's a professor of neurology, and
Neurology. Boss, why are you
he
consuming the content I'm consuming?
yeah. I think I'm the one who put you on Andrew Huberman. I think niloisha
Yes.
channel yake. He
Yes.
advocates for cold showers because of the dopamine effects. Have you
Yes.
experienced it in your life? The
Each
benefits?
and every time I take a cold. Yes, each and every time I take a cold shower. Actually, the thought of taking a cold shower, especially in the morning, once you do it, it sets you up for a day of positive vibrations, because you've already done the hardest thing of the day, getting out of a warm bed and hitting a cold shower. You see, so
Scary.
that automatically changes your that automatically sets your day up for success. Sijawahi unaelewa.
I get it. I
So,
struggle
like
with it.
right now it's a bit cold, because it's raining, but kukinyesha unaamka. Alafu toke hapo vile mtu sikia tu, your body is just relaxed, your dopamine is spiked, and you're not on drugs. So basically, for me it has been a game changer. Yes. Even when I leave the gym, I take cold showers because it helps my muscles recover better and faster.
And I've actually experienced whatever Huberman calls heightened dopamine, elevated dopamine levels, and helps you concentrate on tasks for longer. But doing it every day, I still struggle with that one. I know the benefits, but I just choose not to indulge. The other thing, sugar. Unakunywa sukari?
Once in a while I do. Juu kuna time, let's say umetoka gym, unasikia sugar level zako ziko chini. Maybe sometimes I do take a cup of coffee with sugar, but not always. Hautakuta kwangu nimenunua 2 kg of sugar. I can even go for 2-3 weeks without sugar. But kuna time unasikianga mwili yangu inataka sugar. And I love taking coffee or tea, so sometimes utakuta nimeweka tu hapo kwa chai ya makahawa.
All right.
But in my fitness journey, just comment about sugar. If you want to lose weight, you have to do away with sugar. Hapo hakunanga dawa ingine. Because the higher your insulin levels, the lower your metabolism. And if your metabolism is quite low, you cannot burn fat or lose fat. But when your insulin is down, your metabolism is up. So you're able to burn fat. Yes.
So another conversation I want us to have is value. There's a quote that I cannot say on this podcast because it's a bit controversial, but the gist of it is that men, as a man, you're born without value, and you have to create value for yourself, and that it's hard for a man to be loved unconditionally. You're most likely to be loved because of the value that you're creating for the people around you. What do you think about that? Do you agree?
Is true. 100%. I was having a discussion with a lady friend, actually, from the gym.
Yes.
So we are having a chat, nikamwambia, you ladies are very lucky. Akaniambia why. So but the discussion ilikuwa life ni ngumu. So mimi nikamwambia life si ngumu. You know, that positive outlook. Nikamwambia life si ngumu. But wacha nikupatie example. Assuming both of us tumemaliza high school pamoja at the same time, we get admitted to our university or we go to college. We take the same course. Let's say we are taking medicine. You are taking law. Who's going to have it rough through the 4 years of college? Of course, it's the boy. Because a lady akona looks, si ndio?
Akona?
And akona looks, amezaliwa nazo. You get? The chick in the same class, the guy in the same class with this chick, hata akijaribu kukatia huyo dem atamwambia pana. Juu huku nje anaweza kuwa na other men who are more successful and still are interested in this chick. That's a fact.
That's true.
Now, when they graduate, the guy is still going to be looking for money. Si ndio?
Yes.
Hata tu assume wamepata job the same that na msichana. Msichana bado ataendelea na maisha huku nje. Still dating and everything. But this man is like, no, let me continue adding value to myself. Because the word is adding value to yourself. Then when you hit the age of 27, 28, that is when ladies start kuuliza guy, mi nitaolewa, will I get married? So anaanza kutafuta guy to settle with. Sindio? Now, chances are that atapata the same guy almost the same type of person walikuwa nasoma na yeye. Huyu jamaa saa hizo bado ana hustle. So what has that guy done for kutoka hata akiwa mdogo? He's going to start taking care of this other chick. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's life. You have to, and this chick will not respect you if you're not providing for her. You know, but that is what men are built for, to build a life, to build a society, to build a nation. So by the end of the day, you have to be a person of value. Even when you lack value, your friends are going to disappear from you.
Na napendaga hiyo philosophy because it challenges you as a man to take care of all aspects of your life, financially, health, wellness, take care of all these things, because it can get very lonely, especially beyond 50, 60, if you still you hauna value even at that age. It can get very lonely.
Na maisha inaweza kukalia. Yeah. And it never gets easy, even after that. It never gets easy. Until you've created, now you're a man of value, you let go. Because I think in a journey of self-development, it's a journey. It's not a destination. And you have to fall in love with the process each and every day. Each and every day.
So I want to talk about your gym routines. What's your favorite workout?
When it comes to cardio, I love doing Insanity. You know why?
Explain
what moving your body non-stop at very, very extreme movements,
intensity,
which I like.
Intensity.
I also get to sweat a lot. I've also taken a liking to kata box training classes. When I'm in the gym, I love doing legs. Leg day. Most people shy away from legs, but I love it. I love how it feels after you're done with it. Plus, it's one of the ways to boost your testosterone as a man. So I love combining that with shoulders. But at the beginning of each and every week, that is Monday and Saturdays, I begin off with compliments to Dr. Amerix. I begin my workouts with compound lifts. So that is on Monday. Then my epilogue to that is also on Saturdays. I'll do compound lifts. Yeah.
Now you've mentioned testosterone levels.
Yes.
I know, me personally, I can confess and say that I've experienced the benefits of elevated testosterone levels. Personally, on your end, how does it impact your life?
It improves my level of self-confidence. That's one, as a man. Plus, it is a positive, there is a positive correlation between elevated levels, confidence, elevated levels of testosterone and confidence, elevated levels of elevated T levels and sexual performance, elevated T levels and your concentration at work, and even how you relate to other people.
To other people. Yeah.
Na hilo nasikianga umeisikia mtu akisema wacha umama.
Iko ni matusi.
Hata kaa ni matusi ni sababu unaweza pata hiyo T levels pia ziko chini, ni ukweli. You know.
Kwa umama.
In quotes. Yes.
What's the best advice? What's the best advice you've ever received?
The best advice I've ever received. Well, I have so many from different people. But I sat down with an uncle of mine beginning of this year. So he did not know about the experiences I had. Then from his own experience, amepitia yale nimepitia. So I thought nilikuwa nimeenda kumwomba biashara. So we ended up talking for 4 hours in his office. Akanipatia the journey pia alipitia. And Felix, let me tell you something. You can imagine in the 80s, early 80s and what actually it is late 70s, early 80s.
Yes.
When he went through what he went through, the first thing he did was join a gym, physical activities.
That's
then
40 years ago.
That's one thing. Yes. Alafu akaniambia kitu ingine. He started listening to Jim Rohn and Les Brown. So wakaanza kumpatia motivations. He told me something so profound. Jim Rohn and they are public speakers and motivators. I'll send you some of their work. Usikize.
Yeah.
So he told me something profound, which I exercise. Akaniambia alisikiza Jim Brown, Les Brown akasema. No, it was not Les Brown. TD Jakes. TD Jakes akasema OQP. Akaniambia even in our own mother tongue, ado ni ado, watu ndio mali, si ndio? Show me your friends, I'll tell you who you are.
Show me your friends and I'll show you the kind of person you are.
So akaniambia only quality people. Akaniambia Benson, if you want to elevate yourself, search out people who are better than you and people who are better, who are older, and people who vibrate on the same frequency as you.
Nice. There's someone I've been listening to a lot this year, and it was Steve Bartlett. He runs the podcast called The Diary of a CEO. I don't know whether kama unamjua. So one of the things,
but I'm definitely going to look up
The Diary of a CEO. So Ali, one of the things he has taught me is don't take advice from people with whom you cannot switch positions.
Wow.
Only people that you admire or look up to. And it kind of coincides with what you've just said. Only qualified people. Take advice from only qualified people. I realized that I had been taking advice from people with whom I will not switch positions with. And when I went to them with
Switch positions too.
problems, when I went to them with my issues, hawakuwa wananisaidia kuresolve, they were helping me feel sorry for myself.
Exactly. Just to come to that, don't go through life as a man or even as a woman, thinking yourself as a victim. And don't, just the way you say it, don't ever feel sorry for yourself. And don't let other people feel sorry for you. Ati unapeana story yako, ilinifanyikia, aki siku hizi ni kubaya, you know. So that's also profound. That's a take home too, right now for me.
And so as we now bring this to a close, pole. For somebody who's just getting started, maybe on the fitness journey, they've maybe gone through a rough patch in their lives, and now they want to stop feeling sorry for themselves. They want to start, a journey. What would you tell such a person? What would you tell the Benson from 2 years ago or 3 years ago?
I would tell them, number one, to love yourself. That is something I said when we began the podcast. Number two, take massive action towards a positive end. Number three, consistency is master. Consistency is master. Showing up solves 99% of task at hand. Just showing up. Show up. When you were starting we were starting the podcast, you said you showed up even in the gym, even when you did not feel like doing it.
Yeah. So me showing up was the
yes. I get this from Atomic Habits by James Clear. The goal to lose weight should not be, I want to lose 10 kgs. The goal is to form a habit that helps you lose 10 kgs.
Wow.
So, if you want to lose weight and join a gym, the goal is to form a habit that helps you lose weight. So, one of them is just showing up in the gym. Hata kama utaenda treadmill 5 minutes, alafu chukue nguo zako uende home. If you do that straight, actually, nowadays it's not 21 days, 66 days, you will find yourself loving going to the gym. Then the other results of losing weight just comes automatically.
So the other benefits are by the way, they are a byproduct of the habit that you've formed. I think that book, for anyone who's not read that book, I think that book is top 5 of all books that I've ever read.
Yes.
Atomic Habits.
So true.
My last question to you is if you could meet one person from history, I know you read a lot. If you could meet one person from history, who would it be, and why, and what would you ask them?
I've always thought about the one person I would meet in the future, but in history, I'll have to go back to my grandfather. I would like to sit with my grandfather for a few hours. For my dad's side, I would like to sit down with him again. Yes.
What would you ask them?
I felt we had. That's my grandfather. What he feared most.
What he feared most.
Yes. What he feared most.
You've also referenced wanting to meet somebody in the future. Who is it?
2 people. I would like to, if I can travel through time, I would like to meet myself when I'm 70 years old. Just look at myself and ask me.
Wala kama bado utakuwa na 6-pack.
Bado nitakuwa nayo, but nitauliza, I would like, it's like a glimpse into your future, and maybe upate mwa Kenya ya what to do right now. You get? Because of course I will be a success. I'm going to be
You
a
will be a success.
successful wealthy man, impacting not only society but this country one day. Remember those words. I would also like an opportunity to meet Elon Musk. Yeah.
Elon, the controversial one.
Yes. There is a way he inspires me in how he approaches things. Why he does some of the things, like he did not like where Twitter was in the current. I was listening to him talking to Joe Logan. So he says, just look at the society where it is, and you look at a town like a city like San Francisco where Twitter is, where it is, the society actually around it, and what Twitter was then before he named it X was not a good space to work from. You know.
Thank you. I think that's a good place to end it. Thank you so much for sharing everything that you've shared with us. I got to ask you questions that I've always wanted to ask you. I think anybody who listens to this podcast will be inspired to take action, no matter where they are in their life. Not feel sorry for themselves, and wherever they want to go, just take the first step and be consistent with it. I think my takeaway from this whole discussion mainly will be consistency is the master. Asante sana.
Yeah, asante sana. I also take this opportunity to say thank you to you, Felix, for inviting me, thinking that I could be of value to a listener out there. I also want to say that you are positive influence since we met, and sijui ama nimewahi kuambia, but I have always wanted to be friends with you kutoka nikujue. And for that, you've known the journey we've walked, being to where we are, to call each other brothers. And very few people can say that within a span of 2 years you can relate to a person. But I'm honored, and I think Mungu akubariki.